Morning guys, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training. A little cold up here this morning. By virtue of some of my friends. I just was talking to my buddy back in Missouri. He says it's 20 degrees back there. I'll pass on that stuff, guys. It is cold. Up here it's not freezing right now, so we're okay. And the wind's not been going. It's been actually pretty good weather after we had that rainstorm come in a week or so ago. So I've got walking about. Buddy, with me. With me. Good boy. This is General with me. So yesterday I'm out with my buddy that does ring sport. I've got a lot of people that do all kinds of things, but this guy and me go back 20 years, Dale Young. And he's a dedicated ringer. He's over in France and went and traveled recently, and he knows all kinds of people, the heavy hitters in the industry as far as ring sport and other stuff, but he's a worldly kind of guy. But I've talked about him before. But he's a dedicated ringer. He's got a new little puppy he's working, and then he's got a trial coming up for his club that he's going to be putting on. So he's got one of his, he's into Dobies. Like the Dutch Shepherds are my chosen breed. His chosen breed is the Doberman. He's been doing Dobies for a lot of years. And he's dedicated to the Dobie, and he's very dedicated to the ring sport as well. So he's going to start working with me, trying to teach me how to do ring. And it's probably one of the most humbling things that I ever do, and I start trying to really learn a sport, because sports, all right, bud, let's go. Sports are an item that requires a criteria, and every sport is different. And if you've been following my videos for any length of time, you know that I get around the Schutzen crowd, I get around the ring sport crowd, but I don't do sport. And there's a reason for it. I don't like the human factor, and I don't like to have to be judged for criteria that they're doing in a sport. Each one of them are admirable, don't get me wrong. It's just something I've never enjoyed. I don't like being nervous on the day to go out and compete. I don't like being critiqued and knowing that I failed. I mean, I'm a freestyle trainer. I love to do what I do, and I get out and, like I said, people their jaws drop when I'm out in public, because I have my own little freestyle little mix, and I do my own thing, and I enjoy the hell out of that, you know. It's just something I started when I was a young man, showing off to the public, and that's what I love to do. And that's why you see me out at the malls. You see me doing so much environmental type of work. I use the environment, and I use my overall creativity and to build a dog, and it's just something that I love. And then I have my own criteria as far as personal protection dogs, and that's why I say that my dogs are a signature piece of art. They're very much a very individualistic type of an animal I've got a very high criteria. Dog's got to be friendly, he's got to be good with people, he's got to be able to go places, high ability to do agility, a lot of confidence, and a lot of things that a lot of trainers just can't do, you know. And then I go out with this gentleman, and I'm getting beat. I'm telling you, because he's into what he's into. And there's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to really like. But again, it's following this criteria is real tough. There's reasons to do everything in every different sport. You can go to APA, which is the KNVP over here in the States, and that sport has a criteria, right? And so does Schutzen has a criteria that you've got to follow, and you've got to follow this rule book. And it's just something, buddy, with me. Good boy. I didn't know where he was at, and he was way down here. So my with me command, I've got a stem color on him. With me. Good boy. Use the pager. Hey, with me. We're going to change this. So, long story short, guys, we'll go ahead and start trying to learn ring sport. And like I tell him, he's got his training techniques that are 20 years of understanding the criteria and what he's doing to train a dog for the criteria of ring sport. And that's hard for me. And it's real hard. Now I've got to conform, and I'm going to do it with Buddy, and that's why I'm talking about this, because Buddy's going to be my ring sport dog, and it's going to be hard. I didn't raise Buddy with the development of getting into ring sport. You know, when you see these guys out there, Oscar Mora, etc., they've got a dedicated sport that they're going after, and they raise and train their dog a certain way to meet that criteria, right? So it's not going to be an easy thing. I've got to humble myself. I've got to get beat up. He's going to be all over me. And they're not kind. I mean, you get out there and you'll get yelled at, you'll get screamed at, and it's just something that I've got to try to, you know, buck up and deal with. And it's one of the reasons I don't do sport. I like people telling me what to do. So that's going to be a hard one. So if I drop off with Buddy, with me, good boy, get over here, good boy, with me, good boy, good. Hey, so we were talking about yesterday, one of the things they do in ring sport, Buddy, with me, come here, OPA. He knows I'm yakking, so remember what I told you about me yakking at the screen. Aussie, good boy. With me, good, is that they do a contact healing where the dog has to learn to be up against their leg all the time and touching them, okay? So when they say OPA, that's what they require, right? You won't see them do a focused heel as an example where the dog's head's up in the air and that prancy type of Schutzen type of healing that you see in Schutzen. They won't do that. The dog is only supposed to be showing contact because there's a lot of interaction with a decoy in their routines, right? And so there's a lot of things that they go through. I'll try to bring some of it to you as I go through the struggle of having to deal with the criteria and then basically retrain him or train him to the degree of doing Schutzen. We're only going to go out and do a that's not a BH. I can't even think of the name of it right now. My brain doesn't think ring sport as much as it does in Schutzen. I've been around the Schutzen crowd a little bit more. There's a lot less clubs that do Schutzen, see. So he's getting ready for this. It'll be a couple months until he does a trial. He's putting together his trial now, and that'll be in a few months. And when that comes up, I'll try to put the initial first phase PH1, I think it is. I'm not sure. But it's the first one. Brevet. That's it. Brevet. Why couldn't I think of that? I'm half asleep here. Brevet. So your brevet title is nothing more your introductory into the sport of ring sport, right? You've got to do that before you can go to 1, 2, and 3, correct? Just like they do in Schutzen. In Schutzen, it's called the BH, right? It's basically a temperament test. It's getting yourself to the point where you've got your dog going towards the sport and getting started, right? All right, you, come on, let's go. Let's go back to the truck. We're done. Yeah, see, we're yakking the screen. The dog says, I don't need to pay attention to Dad. Dad's yakking. Dad's not paying attention to me. All right, get in the truck. Come on. Yep. All right, so that's enough yakking out of me this morning. But so that's month. I've also got a move coming up. I'll be moving, so I'm doing a lot of packing and stuff. So my videos will drop off. I've already discontinued my internet up here, so my throughput trying to get stuff posted and doing my thing with my videos is going to reduce. So keep that in mind. I'm not dead and I haven't disappeared. I'm still going to be here, but all right, bud, good boy. Still rotating dogs this morning, but it's going to drop off a little bit. All right, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training, signing off. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.